Namaskar, I'm Shivani and a new postcard has arrived, and this time it has come from Tamil Nadu, the state which is known for the world famous classical dance Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam is a major Hindu form of Indian classical dance that originated in the modern-day region of Tamil Nadu. The Natya Shastra by Bharatmuni and Abhinay Darpan by Nandikeshwar are considered to be the original sources of Bharatanatyam. The dance form is also briefly mentioned in Kannada text Bhanasolala written by Someshwar III. It has flourished in the temples and courts of southern India since ancient times. It is one of the 8 widely recognized Indian classical dance forms, the others being Kathak, Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Manipuri and Satriya. And it expresses Indian religious themes and spiritual ideas, particularly of Shaivism, Vaishnavism and Shaktiism, collectively Hinduism. A description of Bharatanatyam from the 2nd century CE can be found in the ancient Tamil epic Silapattikaram, while temple sculptures of the 6th to 9th century CE suggest it was a highly refined performance art by the mid-1st millennium CE. Many of the ancient Shiva sculptures in Hindu temples are the same as the Bharatanatyam dance poses. For example, the cave 1 of Badami cave temples, dated to the 7th century, portrays the Tandav dancing Shiva as Nataraj. The arms of Shiva express mudras that are found in Bharatanatyam. Interestingly, many dance mudras also resemble yoga asanas such as Chakrasan, Vrikshasan, Trivikramasan, etc. The dance form was prevalent in ancient Tamil Nadu and several books have codified it, such as the Natya Shastra by Bharatmuni. Bharatanatyam is the state dance form of Tamil Nadu. Bharatanatyam contains different types of banis. Bani or tradition is a term used to describe the dance technique and style specific to a guru or school. These are named according to the village of the guru, with the exception of some banis. Bharatanatyam style is noted for its fixed upper torso, bent legs and knees flexed aramandi, combined with spectacular footwork and a sophisticated vocabulary of sign language based on gestures of hands, eyes and face muscles. The dance is accompanied by music and a singer, and typically the dancer's guru is present as the Nattuvanar, or the director and conductor of the performance and art. The performance repertoire of Bharatanatyam, like other classical dances, include Nrita, pure dance, Nritya, solo expressive dance, and Natya, which is group dramatic dance. Bharatanatyam remained exclusive to Hindu temples through the 19th century. It was banned by the colonial British government in 1910, but the Indian community protested against the ban and expanded its performance outside temples in the 20th century. Today, lovers of Bharatanatyam can thank 2 people who were instrumental in giving the dance form a measure of respect after the denigration it faced under the British Raj. Also known as Sadiratam or Thevaratam, the Indian classical dance form Bharatanatyam is the modification of Sadir by E. Krishna Iyer and Rukmini Devi Arundale. They proposed a resolution at a 1932 meeting of the Madras Music Academy to rename Sadiratam as Bharatanatyam or Indian dance. They modified the Pandanallur style of dance. The word Bharat is a mnemonic consisting of Bharata. According to this belief, Bha stands for bhav or feelings, Ra stands for raga or melody, and Ta stands for tal, rhythm. The term Natya is a Sanskrit word for dance. The compound word Bharatanatyam thus connotes a dance that harmoniously expresses bhav, rag and tal. The 1910 ban triggered powerful protests against the stereotyping and dehumanization of temple dances. The Tamil people were concerned that a historic and rich dance tradition was being victimized under the excuse of social reform. The classical art revivalist E. Krishna Iyer, a lawyer and someone who had learned the Bharatanatyam, questioned the cultural discrimination in banning the performance arts such as Bharatanatyam. The British had conveniently linked it to prostitution, taking recourse in the Devdasi theory. But Iyer argued that why would a dancer undertake 8 to 9 years of rigorous dance training with utter discipline if one were to reduce it to that? And how killing performance arts could end any evils in a society. Iyer was arrested and sentenced to prison on charges of nationalism, who, while serving out of his prison term, persuaded his fellow political prisoners to support Bharatanatyam. The Indian independence movement in early 20th century, already in progress, became a period of cultural ferment and initiated an effort by its people to reclaim their culture and rediscover history. In this period of cultural and political turmoil, instead of Bharatanatyam becoming extinct, it expanded out of Hindu temples and was revived as a mainstream dance by Bharatanatyam artists such as Rukmini, Devi, Arundale, Bala Saraswati and Yamini Krishnamurti. They champion and perform the Pandanallur, Kalakshetra and Thanjavur styles of Bharatanatyam respectively. Now, if we talk of the repertoire, Bharatanatyam is traditionally a team performance art that consists of a solo dancer accompanied by musicians and one or more singers. The solo artist Ekaharya in Bharatanatyam is dressed in a colorful sari adorned with gold jewelry who presents a dance synchronized with Indian classical music. Their hand and facial gestures are codified sign language that recite a legend, spiritual ideas or a religious prayer derived from Hindu Vedic scriptures, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, the Purans and the historic drama texts. The footwork, body language, postures, musical notes, the tones of the vocalist, aesthetics and costumes integrate to express and communicate the underlying text. The Arangetram is a Bharatanatyam solo debut performance that signifies the completion of initial formal training of a young dancer in Indian classical dance. The term Arangetram translates to ascending the stage. This performance is typically done 10 to 12 years after a dancer begins learning Bharatanatyam. But more importantly, it is done when the guru believes the student is ready for a solo performance. Throughout this debut, the dancer performs a series of dances that are learned over a course of time. The dancer must build up his or her concentration and stamina to perform solo dances of approximately 3 hours. Now the sequence of dances. The traditional Bharatanatyam Arangetram performance follows a 7 to 8 part order of presentation. This set is called Margam. Pushpanjali. It starts with Pushpanjali. Pushpanjali literally translates to offering of flowers. In this dance, the performer offers flowers and salutations to the Hindu deities, the Guru and the audience as a mark of respect. ALARIPPU. This is a rhythmic invocation or vandana. It is a pure dance which combines a thank you and benediction for blessings from the gods and goddesses, the Guru and the gathered performance team. It also serves as a preliminary warm-up dance without melody. JATISWARAM. This adds melody to the movement of ALARIPPU. The dance remains a prelim technical performance, that is nritta, pure in form and without any expressed words still. Next is the Shabdam. In this, Shabdam or expressed words are added. This is the first item of Margam where expressions are introduced to convey a spectrum of moods. Next is the Varnam. The Varnam part of Bharatanatyam emphasizes expressive dance. This marks the arrival into the sanctum sanctorum core of the performance. It is the longest section and the nritya. A traditional Varnam may be as long as 30 to 45 minutes or sometimes an hour, telling a story whether of love and longing or of a battle between the good and the evil, as the musicians envelop them with musical notes and tones that set the appropriate mood. Next we have the Padam. The Padam is next. This is the stage of reverence, of simplicity, of abhinaya or expression of the solemn spiritual message or devotional religious prayer bhakti. The music is lighter, the chant intimate, the dance emotional. The choreography attempts to express rasa or emotional taste and a mood while the recital may include items such as kirtanam or expressing devotion. Next is the TILLANA. The performance sequence ends with a TILLANA or the climax. It closes out the Nritya portion. The movements exit the temple of expressive dance, returning to the Nritta style where a series of pure movement and music are rhythmically performed. Therewith, the performance ends. In the end, there is the SHLOKAM or MANGALAM. The seventh and final item in the sequence can be either a SHLOKAM or a MANGALAM. The dancer calls for blessings of the people all around. The overall sequence of Bharatanatyam states Bala Saraswati thus moves from mere meter, then melody and meter, continuing with music, meaning and meter, its expansion in the centerpiece of the Varnam, thereafter music and meaning without meter, a non-metrical song at the end. We see a most wonderful completeness and symmetry in this art. Attire. The attire of a Bharatanatyam dancer resembles a bridal dress from Tamil Nadu with a fitted, brilliantly colored sari which falls in front and opens like a hand fan when she flexes her knees or performs footwork, and a jeweled belt at the waist. The dancer is typically adorned with heavy jewelry and makeup, eyes kohl-lined and ringed, which help viewers see her view expressions. Her hair is tied up in the traditional way with veni or gajra and anklets in her feet. The vocal aspects and musical instruments. The accompanying music to Bharatanatyam is in the Carnatic style of South India, as is the recitation and chanting. The recited verses and text in Bharatanatyam are in Tamil, Telugu, Kannada and Sanskrit. The instruments used include the mridangam, nadaswaram, and the oboe made from black wood, natuvangam. Cymbals, the flute, violin and veena. Symbolism. The Nritta performance is abstract, fast and rhythmic aspect of the dance. The part of the repertoire has no interpretive aspect, no telling of story. It is a technical performance and aims to engage the senses, that is the prakriti of the audience. The Nritya is slower and expressive aspect of the dance that attempts to communicate feelings, storyline, particularly with spiritual themes in Hindu dance traditions. The Natyam is a play, typically a team performance, but can be acted out by a solo performer where the dancer uses certain standardized body movements to indicate a new character in the underlying story. Leading Bharatanatyam exponents in India have been Rukmini, Devi Arundale, Padma Subramaniam, Alarippu Valli, Yamini Krishnamurthy, Mrinalini Sarabhai, Vajayanti Mala and Malika Sarabhai, amongst others. In modern ballet interpretations, men too have been known to participate in this dance. Modern stage productions of Bharatanatyam have been spread out and popular throughout India and abroad. That has been done in different ways and have incorporated technical performances, pure dance based on non-religious ideas and fusion themes. In 2020, an estimated 10,000 dancers got together in Chennai, India to break the world record for the largest Bharatanatyam performance. So that's all about this beautiful dance form. I'll be back with another postcard next week. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.